let's then jump over to one Republican getting arrested to another Republican that was recently arrested, Donald Trump, who is the failed former president, and now he faces a civil case that he has lost, and a jury has found him liable for a sexual abuse and defamation lawsuit again from E Jean Carroll, who is a writer. And let's just read here. Former President Donald J. Trump, I added the J, but Donald Trump, on Tuesday said he will appeal a Manhattan federal jury verdict that found he sexually abused E. Jean Carroll in a luxury department store dressing room in the spring of 1996. Trump says, we'll be appealing this decision. It's a disgrace. But here's the thing. Trump is liable for it. He was found liable for it and has to pay $5 million. He was found liable by a jury. This is not just some random judge that says you have to do this arbitrarily. This is not just some, he was caught on this tape saying this, which we know that he's said that he basically sexually abuses women on the Hollywood Access tape. And he just says because he's rich, he can get away with it. That's what he believes. So Trump then, I looked back at these quite interesting comments that he had about this case in his deposition. I actually saw a clip from Howard Stern talking about the deposition, and then I was like, oh, it can't be that bad, right? Oh, it's that bad. So here we have Trump looking at exhibits for his deposition, okay? So they're showing him pictures, and they're showing him documents, but the former president mixes up, and I am not kidding with you. I will play this in a second. The former president mistakes the woman that he is now liable, has been found liable of sexually abusing. He mistakes her for his ex-wife in this picture. The reason why I'm going to highlight this is because, and I think I have the clip. Trump said, and I quote, she, meaning E. Jean Carroll, is not his type. And that's why he wouldn't have sexually abused her. That's the type of defense we're working with here. So let's take a look. I'm sure our boy Chris in chat will like this one.
I think so, yes.
And do you recall when you first saw this photo?
At some point during the process, I saw it. That's, I guess, her husband, John Johnson, who was an anchor for ABC. Nice guy. I thought, I don't know him, but I thought he was pretty good at what he did. I don't even know who the woman, let's see, I don't know who, it's Marla.
It's Marla. Marla Maples.
You say Marla's in this photo?
That's Marla, yeah.
Marla Maples is his former wife.
What woman are you pointing to? No.
Here.
Carol.
Oh, is that,
The person you
okay.
just pointed to was
Oh, I
E.
see.
Jean Carroll.
Who is that? Who is this?
And the woman on the right is your then wife,
I don't know,
Ivana?
this was the picture. I assume that's John Johnson, is that
That's Carol.
Carol? Because it's very blurry.
Now,
He's just saying it's blurry.
I think so, yes.
He mistakes a woman that he says he's never met, that he says never had any contact with, which is obviously now proven not be the case because he's found liable. In his deposition, he's saying that he doesn't know this woman, but this looks like Marla Maples, who is his, I believe, second wife. There's Ivana Trump, there is Melania Trump, which is now, and in between there was Marla Maples. He is mistaking the woman that he said he has never met for his ex-wife. Now, let's take a look at when he says this about the Access Hollywood tapes.
Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the you can do anything. That's what you said, correct?
Well, historically, that's true with stars.
It's true with stars that they can grab women by the
Well, that's what it's. If you look over the last million years, I guess that's been largely true. Not
The last million years. The last million years. Now, even if you think that Jesus Christ was a superstar, you know, like the Broadway musical, that was 2,000 years ago. If you look at the last million years, oh my God.
always, but largely true. Unfortunately or fortunately.
Chris, close your ears here, buddy. Quote, unfortunately or fortunately, that's how it is. Let's just rewind that a second.
that they can grab women by the
Well, that's what it's. If you look over the last million years, I guess that's been largely true. Not always, but largely true. Unfortunately or fortunately.
and you consider
And he's smiling. Look, you can see him. He's smiling. He is grinning while he's saying this. He is smirking while he's saying it. It's absolutely insane. It is. Look, this is only going to get worse for the former president, Donald J. Trump, as he gets closer and closer to the general election. Now, this seems to be the last arrest. Remember, the first time he got arrested, it actually helped him in the polls against Meatball Ron. I'm sure now, the second time, people on the right probably aren't even going to pay attention to this. But if there's any changes to it, I don't believe that this will impact Republican primary polls. But it definitely will continue to erode his support in the general election, in my opinion. There is still the Georgia election fraud case, the fake election fraud case, that he was trying to pressure officials to overturn a legitimate election in Georgia. And boy, oh boy, they're going to come after him, and rightfully so, and he will likely be arrested for the second time. I'll highlight this because he is found liable in this case because it's a civil case. This is not a criminal case because the statute of limitations it was originally a rape case, was beyond the criminal statute of limitations, right? So this is a civil case just meaning that she was seeking damages against him, and obviously he's found liable, so there's some culpability there, and there is some justice for what he did. Some. That's the key there, because this guy is obviously a predator and shouldn't be around women and shouldn't be around the White House or the nuclear football for that matter.